Are you sending the wrong army talent familiars to war? My guess is that you have no idea what you're doing. Watch this video to learn the best familiars to fight with and learn which ones you should most certainly not be sending. Okay, how do you unlock army talents? Let's talk about that for a second. The army talents, step number one is you actually need to unlock the familiar, which means, you need to buy the packs. Let me just show you over here. You use them, you get the army. There we go. A whole bunch of them are opening up. As you can see, I've already done all of this, so I don't really need to be doing this anymore. There we go, click this over there. So step number one is get these opened, get them to level 60 or level 50, stage elder. You can't unlock any army talents until, let's just move over here, we go, until it's at awakened talent at elder stage, which means you need to make sure you're already at level 50, you've unlocked it to elder, and at that point you're actually able to, let me just show you over here, you're actually able to see, right now it's the stage of hatchling. There we go, adult, see adult, level 20, it needs to be to level 50, then you click upgrade, and if there was an army talent, eventually there will be probably, then you'll be able to unlock it. The next stage, once you've done that, then you're going to need to go to the research. Let me just quickly show you, and you need to go to familiar battles. The first one's really easy. You just unlock it, and you upgrade this research, and you get your first slot. Now here's the thing, you're going to want to get at least 3 of the slots as soon as possible. It's very easy. Getting the first 3 slots is easy. The 4th one is a real pain. So let's just take a look again. This familiar battles research, you need to click this, you need to unlock the research, you need to move to the next one. You might have to open up a few of these, and then you move into the 3rd one. Don't stop until you unlocked all 3 familiar battle slots. The 4th one, on the other hand, is going to take you a long time. You're going to need to get 7, level 7 for all 3 of these, which means all 3 of these and all 3 of these. You get the gist, and all 3 of these and all 3, you're following. Okay, good. But the first 3, those are the basics. You need to have 3 at least, otherwise it's just, you're fighting with your arms behind your back. Once you've done that, once you've brought your familiars to elder, you've upgraded them to, you maxed it out, you used the gym and all that, and you brought them up to stage elder. These don't actually matter all that much, but the level 50 at least, elder, then you get the army talent. Let's just move over here, and what you need to do is you need to bring this up to level 10. You need to get orbs. Let's take a look. You need to have 40, for example, to unlock this, and to buying them through gems is an absolute fortune. So either you have to buy the packs, which is of course pay to play, or you need to very slowly make your way through collecting as many as possible. And each level is going to cost you more orbs. Make your way through it and bring it to level 10. Anything less than level 10 for most of these familiars is going to be very weak. So you're going to wanna double down and get it to level 10. Focus on which ones are important, which I'll discuss soon, and then get it to level 10 as soon as possible. And what is the best army talent familiars to be sending? It is really straightforward. Most of you already know this. I think people already kind of worked out the deal. The best one is the Trickstar, the Gemming Gremlin, and the Goblin. Those are the 3 best army familiars to be sending. Some of you that haven't worked this out will be asking why. It's this simple. When you cavalry, also there's range and infantry, it increases the attack by 100% every 10% that you lose. That's massive. I mean, I've run the tests, I've seen the tests of this against other familiars. It doesn't even come close. Second place is a far long shot behind this, because if you're sending your troops with the goblin with cavalry, and you don't have such a good chance, by the time you're halfway through your battle, you could be looking at a cavalry attack of 300%, and at the end of it you might be looking at 700, 800% attack. That's not normal. Again, you of course won't have that many. You only have 30% of your troops left, but still, an attack boost like that is just unprecedented. This update was a game changer, and these three army talents are the best. They're not the easiest ones to unlock. They are level 3s. But I mean, it's a no-brainer. This is it's just incredible. Let me just show you on the when this one hasn't yet been unlocked. It does require these orbs, which are of course not as hard as other ones, but it is a level 3, and of course, it needs to be brought to an elder before you can be unlock the army talent. So expect um it's medium. It's not hard. It's not easy. It's medium, but it is. These are the three. I'm going to put them all in first place. These three familiars over here are the best familiars for army talents for attacking with. It's a no-brainer. The only time when you shouldn't be using them are for the wall if you have a massive account, if you're a billion might, my account over here, it's an alt account, there's 1,000,000 troops over here, 700, it's 2,000,000 troops really, all the rest of the garbage. So, it's not such a big problem. But if you have troops, you're looking at a 10 million troop count or 20 million troops, putting them on the wall is a little silly because you'll have an attack where you don't even lose 10% of your troops, and yet you've lost millions of troops. It doesn't make sense to put them. They won't even activate. But other than that, for any other scenario, attacking, most certainly they're fantastic. Holding forts, fantastic. It is the best set of familiars that are here so far. I mean, they might make new updates, but considering the fact that they're free to play, there's nothing to talk about. The pay to play ones, they're pay to play. You can't compare. But these are just absolutely incredible. Um, the next one, what's next best, is this one. This one is hard to max. It's a level 4. At this point, it's the harder orbs to get. It is solid. Again, it's the alt account, it's not maxed, but it's level 10. You're going to get an army increase of 200% for 10 seconds. Of course, it's not as good as the other one. The advantage, of course, is army attack, which means if you have mixed troops in your lineup, they're all going to be getting the boost. The other advantages is 200% straight away with 10% that have fallen. Of course, the 10 seconds, that's kind of annoying. You only get 10 seconds, and 10 seconds goes very quickly. So you definitely feel it. It's a big boost very quickly. But at the same time, it's 10 seconds, as I said. But it's good. It's solid. It's definitely number 2, all things considered, measuring out, for the fact that it's a free-to-play familiar, it's definitely holding a 2% easily. The next one is going to be the Tempestite. Let's find it. Here we are. The alt account's almost maxed at level 9. Oh, wow, we're right by maxing it. Stuns one of your enemy's largest troops for 8 seconds when 10% of your troops have fallen. Notice that it's largest squads. It's not um, it's not the heroes. So it's actually really it halts the enemy's attack. One of the enemy's largest squads. That's a lot of troops. All of them are pausing for 8 seconds when 10%. Of course, it doesn't stack, but it gives you that very large window. I know 8 seconds isn't a very long time, but it's a large window when you're freezing the army and you're continuously attacking while they're just a whole squad is just chilling. Um, it's really really good. Of course, don't put this on the wall. Um, and it's also good if you counter incorrectly. You don't have many weapons when you're countering incorrectly. This one, on the other hand, is very powerful. If you counter incorrectly and you're attacking, cavalry against range, it's very likely it's going to be the range troops that are going to remain the largest. Stunning them after 10% of your troops have fallen will give you an edge that might let you just win. So the Tempestites are very, very effective in all scenarios, especially in the very, very risky battles. In the risky battles, this 8% is going to really help you. It's a big deal. Of course, don't put it on the wall, as I said, and it's most effective, if you're just attacking with one troop type against another troop type. That's when it really punches. But it's honestly, the Tempestite is solid in almost all scenarios. The best part, of course, about it is it is super easy. It's it's not such a advanced one to max, and of course it has the lower level orbs. Great familiar. It kind of belongs in most free-to-play lineups together with the Gryphon and the other three ones mentioned before. The next best one, and this is going to be controversial. Most people are expecting the Pirates to be next, but no, I don't think so. I'm not a fan so much of the Pirates. I use it because this is an alt accounts, and there's only I'm not going to be spending on multiple accounts like crazy. But the next best one is the attack boost. Let's find it. The engineer. Where's the engineer? Now the good news, of course, is these are really easy. They're level ones. This is fantastic. At the start of the battle, infantry attack of 15%. It's almost like having a gem. Well, uh, legendary gem, but not 20%. It's good. It gives a boost. Of course, it takes a spot, which a spot for familiar for 15%. I don't know if it's a good trade-off, but at least they they're good at the beginning. And if you're just sending just cavalry, you don't have many other good familiars, it's kind of a no-brainer. This is the best one to go. You're just sending infantry, just max these all out. They're very easy to max. It definitely sits nicely in full spot. The engineer is for infantry. Let me just show you the other two. The Yeti is for cavalry, 15%, and the Gnome is for range, 15%. So there you go. You have the 15% boost attack ones. The next one would be the Mega Maggot. Let's just find it. Mega Maggot, of course, the downside of the Mega Maggot is it's gonna. Where is it? All right, it's hiding. You probably watch. There we go. Stuns all enemy heroes for 5 seconds when 15% of your troops have fallen. The heroes being stunned, it's 5 seconds. But at the same time, it's stun all enemy heroes. The enemy heroes do create quite a lot of damage. Stunning them helps. It actually mathematically helps. You'd be surprised. You think, oh well, 5 seconds, how long could that possibly be? I've run the numbers, I've seen them in action. Again, the point of this video is not to show you all the numbers and bore you, it's to just give you an overall idea of what's best, which ones you should be sending, which ones you shouldn't be sending, and kind of trusting me on the numbers and all. But I've run the numbers and I've compared them, and yeah, the Mega Mag is solid. It is really good. It's only 5 seconds, and you have to wait until 15% have fallen. But all being said and done, though it is very hard, keep in mind it is very hard. That's no joke. At the same time, it is really good. It's better than the Pirates. That's really gonna be the controversial part of this thing. By the way, it's in the description below. You can actually see my list in order. So if you're not really paying attention and you actually want to see it in writing, check out below. And also, as soon as I write the article up, I'm planning to write an article on marksandreview.com. As soon as the article is ready, I will be putting a full-blown article on the website, and I'll try to add a lot of numbers into there so people can actually get a feeling of exactly what it like, how much better is the Tempestite over the Mega Maggot. By the way, there are times to use the Mega Maggot. If you're hitting with multiple troop types, the Mega Maggot will be helping because it'll just stun all the heroes indiscriminately. It's great for hitting castles as well. It has its advantages, but of course it is hard to get, and because of that, it kind of does belong lower on the list. The next one would be the Pyrus. Now, of course, the Pyrus is fantastic looking, but it has a massive downside. At the start of the battle, grants 60% boost to the hero tactics. So your heroes are going in. Let me just show you quickly. There you go. Let's pick Rose Knight, for example. There you go. It's 200% attack. So this Rose Knight in the actual battle itself is going to be inflicting damage upon the enemy troops. Instead of 200 for the first 10 seconds, you're going to be having 260 attack. That is quite a big deal. Well, it sounds like it. The only problem, of course, is just a technical issue. The first 10 seconds, about 5 or 6 or sometimes 7 seconds of the battle, the troops are walking towards each other. So you're only going to get really a 3% force, a 3 second, 4 second 260% attack, and then bang, you're gonna be down to 200. So it really, practically, it sounds fantastic. If this is after 10% had fallen, it would suddenly change. It would change everything. But because it's the first 10 seconds, it's kind of lame. It's great for taking down walls. It's great for, you know, very simple attacks where you don't need the advantage so much, or you have so many troops that it's not going to really, you're not going to have 10% being lost, so you may as well just get whatever you can. But for normal attacks where you are concerned about losing troops, and you do have to do a whole long march till you actually hit the enemy, it's kind of ridiculous to use it. Not going to stop people. Most people are still going to do it anyway because it's easy to get and it looks really cool and people are brainless. Anyway, all right. The next one, the eighth best one, and this one I'm really not a fan of, and that is the HP attack. There are plenty of them out there, the HPs. Well, this is defense, forget about that. But yeah, reduces army max HP, and there's a whole bunch of other HP attacks. They're all basically just more of the same. I'm not a fan. I don't recommend getting it. But then again, if you are free to play and you're not planning to, to get any serious familiars, you may as well put something in your slots. You can have 3 slots, 1 slot, 2 slots, whatever it is. HP is better than nothing, so you may as well get your HP boost and get something better than nothing. 15% HP. This is army max HP. Let's take an actual look. Infantry HP. There you go. 80% for 10 seconds. All of these, that I'm just not a fan. I'm really, really not a fan. But again, if you're free to play and you're a beginner player and you're not planning to take battle very seriously, you may as well just get something. And the last one, and it's kind of a shame that I'm putting this to the last because it is kind of cool, and that is, let's just take a look. Saberfang, there we go. Summons a shield that protects 7% of your cavalry from a killing blow when 12% of your cavalry are fallen. This is really, really cool. The problem, of course, is that it's so difficult to max out, and most people are just YOLO attacking. So it is cool. It kind of saves you quite a lot, but at the same time, if you're attacking, you're attacking. There are scenarios for it, but for most players who are attacking cautiously or are defending, there's no real place for the Saberfang and the other two, the Hoarder and the Snow Beast. It doesn't really make sense. Let's just talk for a second about the play-to-play ones, because they are really, they're just awesome. There's nothing to talk about. The Well, let's talk before we talk about this one. Let's just talk about the other one first. There's the Hui Hops, the Queen Bee, and the Frostwing. Here we go, Frostwing. There we go. So it deals 150% damage every 4 seconds, up to 5 times. And it's based on when 8% of your troops have fallen. This is just nuts. This is a serious attack. This is so much better than the free to plays. But the only problem, of course, will be it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous to, I have this max. I already have this in the level 2, but in order to unlock the army talents, you have to get it to Elder, which means 200 of these, which means either you're paying a lot or you're paying a fortune. There's nowhere really between that, and then you have to get all of the orbs as well. It's a serious investment. It's only for the serious rally leads, the real pay-to-play players. So, it is awesome. There's no question about it, and so is this. But at the same time, is it really attainable for your average player? No, not really. Or, in years from now, when you slowly through the Kingdom Tycoon manage to get it's not really attainable. It's going to take years for free-to-play players to really hit it. The next one is going to be the Gargantua, the Blackwing, and the Bon Appetit. Deals 600 damage to based on your initial cavalry attack. So not the cavalry attack that you now have, but your initial. Which means, of course, that if you get other boosts, it's not going to equate. But it doesn't matter. 600 when 4% of your troops have fallen. This is nuts. This is 600 straight away. Beginning, you haven't lost a whole bunch of troops like what my favorite ones will do. The Trickstar and the jamming Gremlin and the Goblin. This is 4% of your troops have fallen, and suddenly bang, you're holding a 600. That's nuts. And I've seen players use the Gargantua and other, the Bonapetti and the Blackwing, it's terrifying how quickly they just make work of their enemies when they're using these in battles and forts and all of that. This is again, this is you watch the serious players fight and you see this is what they're using. Then there's a reason why, and they're also paying hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars to unlock each one. So there's that too. Anyway, now that we talked about the best ones, and I kind of put the pay to play in its own little category. Again, see the description below if you want more. You want to see them all just in a nice, neat order. Check out the description and check out my website because if you're watching this, in a week from now, I publish it, it's probably gonna be updated on the website, a full blown article with, my style, humor, and all that. The worst ones, the worst army talent is really straightforward. Anything with the word DEF, defense, is garbage. Don't embarrass yourself by sending a defense, infantry, cavalry, anything defense. If you do, I'd say just don't even put anything because it's just embarrassing you. You're just making a fool out of yourself. If there's anything with defense in it, well, that's a cavalry attack. Anything with defense in it, don't unlock it because you're literally just you're wasting your time. Let me just go back to the defense one. It's going to cost you these stuff to the orbs. Those orbs are way better spent on more important for army talent familiars. Even if you unlock absolutely everything, still don't go and undo the defense. It's a matter of time until RGG roll out more. You're going to need these, save these up for the later updates. Do not, whatever it takes, do not unlock any defense. Doesn't matter if it's on the enemy, doesn't matter if it's on your own, just don't embarrass yourself. Okay, not much more to be said about that. That pretty much covers all the army talent familiars. If I missed any, tell me, but I don't believe I did. That's pretty much it. In short, what I would say, if you're starting and you want to know where to start off with the attack ones. Unlock the attack ones. So let's just find where we are. Yeti right over here. If you're a cavalry, start off with this. It's a great place to start. Maybe also move to the Tempestite as you're unlocking. As soon as you get pack 3 and you're able to unlock the Trickstar, the Gremlin, and the Goblin, ignore everything else and focus on these 3. These 3 are where it's at. These are the best overall, considering the fact that these are free to play. These are the best army talents available. No brainer. Absolutely, you need to be using those.